Hi everyone, it's Debbie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today I wanted to make just a really quick video because I had a new sourcing opportunity that I had never even thought of before. I went to the dry cleaners to pick up a shirt and they had a rack of clothing and then a lot of wedding dresses and formal wear dresses. And I asked, I said, are these for sale? And she said, yes, these are abandoned items that the people never came and picked them up. And I asked her how much they were because they weren't marked. She said, you just pay the cost of how much it was to get them dry cleaned.
I looked through the rack and there were a wide variety of items. There were several suit jackets. I didn't end up getting any of those though. There were some coats, but they were $35. And although that one had great comps, I didn't want to invest $35 in it. And then there were some brands that were like Walmart and Target brands, t-shirts, Faded Glory. I thought, I can't believe people get those dry cleaned, but I guess they do. And what I ended up bringing home was mainly wedding dresses and jeans. I am home with all of the items. The girl bagged everything so nicely in plastic so it'll be easy to ship.
So jeans were $5.50, sweaters were $5, wedding dresses $25. There were some that were hand marked higher. They were the owner's daughters, and so they were marked like $150. But I got some great things and I wanted to share them with you really quickly. I picked up 3 wedding dresses. I'm going to pop 2 of them up on the side because I already photographed them and they're kind of hard to show. The first one was sweetheart gowns. It is beautiful. It has this long train. It cost $25.
Okay, this dress was absolutely beautiful. When I did the background remover, it made the sheer parts look dark, so I had to use a regular background. I just put it in my bedroom so that I could spread out the train, and it was gorgeous. There was no size inside, so I had to try it on, and it was so pretty on, and that way I was able to kind of estimate fit a little bit according to how it fit on me. I provided the measurements. I took pictures of everything that I could. I put that it has been freshly dry cleaned. There were a few flaws, a few beads were missing, but they could easily be replaced, and there was a small rip in the train. The key is to really look over items, and if you see any type of flaw, just put that in the listing so that the buyer knows that before they receive it. And often those items will still sell really well, maybe at not quite as high of a price, but they will still sell. And this dress took a little while. I spent almost an hour just working on this dress since I tried it on, and I had to try different places in the house where the photos would look good. But if I can profit $75 even on it, that is completely worth spending an hour of time on this dress, and it is beautiful.
And then there was another one from David's Bridal, and it was a T-length dress. I believe it was called Galinda.
This one sold the same day that I listed it on Poshmark. It sold for a gross amount of $60. My earnings were $48. Cost of goods was $25, and my profit was $23. And that it sold that quickly tells me I probably could have held out for a little bit more money, but I was very happy with selling it for $60, such a quick turnaround, and already earning money back on my investment. And I feel great that it's dry cleaned and ready to go, and it will arrive very nicely for whoever purchased it.
And then this one is beautiful with all this detail, and it is the brand Moonlight, and I will put up some sold comps for that. It is size 10 and just gorgeous, beautiful dress, and it has the train in the back.
I looked up comps on both Poshmark and eBay, and they were all over the place. It is amazing how low some people will take for a wedding dress, and then others sold at great prices. Mine is beautiful. I will show you the listing after this. It looked so great on the mannequin. I didn't find any flaws. It's dry cleaned, ready to wear. So I'm going to hold out for at least $120. I think I can easily get that for it. Now, it might take 6 or 7 months to sell it for that amount, but it is worth it to me to wait that amount of time. I also noticed while researching this dress that this brand has a pretty high retail value, so I am so glad I had the opportunity to purchase this dress. This is my listing on Poshmark, and I did take advantage of using the video feature. You can add a 15-second video, and I think on something that is high priced like this, that you really want to show the details, that is important. I showed the stock photo to show what it looks like when on. I also noticed by looking at the stock photo that the straps were put on after the fact, so I just put that in the listing, but it looked like they could be easily removed if the person does not want the straps. On something like this, I try to provide every single detail I can through photos, and also in the description, I was able to find the exact dress and get the stock information for it. So I was able to use the correct wording to describe the dress, and it is just in perfect condition and absolutely beautiful. The majority of the time when I list an item, I just take a picture with the tape measure to show the measurements. However, on this dress, I want to provide a few more measurements. It also might be difficult to see because the dress is large. So rather than take the pictures with the tape measure, I want to provide them in written format. I also am limited on Poshmark with how many characters you can use in the description area. So what I do in this case is I type out the measurements in my phone on notes, take a screenshot of that, and I use it as one of my photos rather than taking up all that space in the description area, because I would rather be able to describe the item fully and still be able to provide those measurements. So I find that that works out really well for me. I am hoping to sell this dress for around $200 to $225, but realistically, I would probably sell it for as low as $120. So when I'm figuring out my totals of what I should make on this, I'm just going to count 120.
And there were so many Levi's 550s, and they were all size 34, 32. And the great thing is I can put on there, these are freshly dry cleaned, that they were abandoned items and that they are clean and ready to go. So no cleaning or prep work, everything is dry cleaned. So I got, these are all Levi's. I didn't get all of them, but I picked out most of them, but they were $5.50 each. And I'm sure I can sell each of them for at least $20. So another pair just ready to go. So that here's a third pair, same size, 550s. So this will be really easy. I'll be able to just go through and sell similar items. Another pair, a little bit darker wash, and I checked all the hems. I checked the zippers, and another pair. Ooh, those are button fly. Ooh, I didn't check all that.
Having so many alike items makes it so fast to list. However, it also makes it so easy to get them mixed up. So I have learned from lessons in the past on this, so I wanted to show you what I do when I have very similar items. On each item, I will assign it an A, B, C, D, E, F, so on. So these are going to be in bucket 153. So in my SKU, I'm going to put 153, and then each pair will have dot A, dot B, dot C, and I will leave that piece of paper in the pocket. I will go ahead and package the jeans. That paper will be inside the pocket where I can see it when I go to pull the item to ship. Then I will compare that with my listing when I go to ship it, remove that piece of paper, and I will know that I am sending the correct item.
A pair of Harley Davidson jeans. So I was excited about that. I got a pair of American Eagle pants, and these looked really nice. American Eagle, and it says made to last. And these are size 32, also $5.50. And then I picked up this sweater because of the material. Harold Powell was a really nice, expensive store. And I got this sweater. They're out of business now, but they were very high end. And I got it because it's 80% silk and 20% cotton, and just a really nice sweater. So I spent a total of $115. I will add it all up, and I will put on the side how much I think that I will get for each of these items.
This is the estimated resale price that I think I can get for each item. The Sweetheart Gowns dress, I think at least $100. I already sold the Galinda David's bridal wedding dress for $60. The Moonlight, hopefully more than this, but bottom number $120. The Levi's, I think they will each sell for around $20. The Harley jeans, $25. The American Eagle pants, just $15. And the silk sweater, I'm counting that as a 0 since it has the flaws. But if it does end up selling, terrific. So my total resale value is $420. Platform fees on Poshmark, 20% would be $84. And I'm not counting any shipping discounts because those prices are bottom dollar without a shipping discount. Money back, $336. I have to take out my cost of goods, which was $119.10, which leaves me with a profit of $216.90. Then if we look at how much time it took me to do the work for all of these items, and I'm also going to estimate future shipping time. It took me 32 minutes to shop, and while I was shopping, I'm doing research that entire time, and I'm creating the drafts for those listings. So I didn't have to do any of that when I got home. It was already completed during the shopping process. 0 time to clean and prep. The photos and the editing is what took a really long time. That took 2 hours and 15 minutes, 135 minutes. But the wedding dresses took a long time. I also took measurements during this process. And so that's what's the most involvement for me, is the photos and editing. Then listing only took 22 minutes because by the time I get to that point, it's just kind of checking over my drafts and submitting them. And then future shipping, I counted just 20 minutes because everything's already packaged and ready to go. I just basically have to put it in a container and put the label on top. So the total amount of time was 3 hours and 29 minutes. So we'll round that to 3.5 hours. My potential profit on these items is $216.90, which means I'm working at $61.97 an hour, which I think is wonderful. To be able to work from home and make that kind of income is excellent. I find usually when I do thrifted type items, that's about the number, $50 to $60 an hour. And so now I'm excited to have one more place to source. If you have not watched my video on where you can source items, I have a video. I'll link it on the very last page where you can just click on it, and it tells about all different places where you can source to find inventory. And so now I have another one to add to places to source.
So you never know. It seems like sourcing opportunities come along all the time. It is great to take advantage of them. I asked her, how often do you do this? And she said, we usually do it about once a year. And she also told me that they would have more things out next week, that wasn't all of them. So I am definitely going to plan on going back because I think that's really great to have everything freshly dry cleaned. And I think there's a good return on investment. So you might try your local dry cleaners and see if they do a similar type thing. So I'm excited to find one more sourcing opportunity. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed and would like to join me again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell if you would like to be notified when I release new videos. And when any of these items sell, I will have them in my weekly What Sold videos. Thank you so much for watching, and everybody have a great day. Bye.